साइन कर दे तो इसको ब्लैक हो रहा था तो नहीं जो मैंने कहा से राइट 3 ये तो मैं नहीं भूल गया था सीक्वेंस वाला है सेकंड से हां बोला सेकंड से सेकंड बोला अच्छा तो साइन कर दिया साइन करना अच्छा बड़े होने चाहिए स्कूल से एटलीस्ट स्कूल में पेपर से तो स्कूल में पेपर का तो हमारी स्कूल हमारी जैसे आगे तक हो गया मुझे अच्छा मम्मी बोल रही है आप बच्चे नहीं करते मैं नीचे कूद जाऊंगा इसमें बैठ एक बार नीचे जाओ आगे मैं ये गाड़ी रोज रहती है अभी इसके अंदर
बाकी अदर सब्जेक्ट्स फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री बायो सेम है कहानी सीक्वेंस है सेम थैंक गॉड तो अच्छा है ना और मेथड से जरा मैक्सिमम और चैप्टर्स के नेम सेम है सेम क्वेश्चन है हो गया ना सेम होगा अच्छे से नहीं आ रहा है होमवर्क दिया था मैथ्स से आज का पहले दिया था कभी कभी आ गई पहले दिया था बहुत
पहले दिया था वो जो मंगाएंगे बुक तब
सबको बुक मिल गया ना
नहीं
फिजिक्स को
फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी
ये तो सभी क्लासेस घेतले
नाही तर मैथ सायन्स आणि इंग्लिश
स्विच ऑफ नहीं किया वो अपना स्विच ऑफ
अरे वाला लाइन में तेरे वाले जाते नंबर सारा करने ना चालू है वाला करे टाइमिंग
Evening all. Okay, where did we stop in the last class? Some new admissions? And only you today? The rest of you attended, right?
Yes.
All right. Where did we stop in the last lecture?
Parasec.
Parsec.
Parsec.
Parsec I had already told you.
Yes, sir.
So these were bigger units of length. Right? So we were discussing units of length. Yes. So unit of length is m. Then we have smaller and bigger units, right? So smaller and bigger units. So how do we measure smaller units? With the help of prefixes. Okay. You have prefixes here as well as here. Like for small you have centimeter. So it will be 10 raised to minus 2 meter, right? For centimeter. Or millimeter will be 10 raised to minus 3 meter. So we use prefixes. Now here, bigger like if you have kilometer, then it is how much?
10 raised to 3.
10 raised to 3 meter. Things like that. Okay? So kilometer Here we are using, yes, we are using a unit meter. So these are all metric units. Wherever we use the term meter, it is called metric unit. And in the last class, we discussed some non-metric units, which eventually will be translated into meter. Non-metric units. So what were those?
Astronomical unit and light year.
Yes, first was astronomical unit. Then you had light year.
Parsec.
And third we discussed parsec. So does anyone remember what is astronomical unit?
It's the mean distance between Earth and Sun.
Okay, so the way to answer is raise your hands and I'll choose. So, okay. ठीक है चलो since you answer.
It's the mean distance between Earth and Sun around the year.
Yes. So everybody understands what is astronomical unit? Mean distance between Earth and Sun around the year. Okay. What is 1 light year? Yeah.
The distance traveled by light in a year.
Yes.
In vacuum. In vacuum. The
Yeah.
Okay. Even in air, it is almost same. So distance traveled by light in a year. So the third one, parsec. You answer. You were not present.
I was.
So parsec. Anybody wants to try? Yeah. Yes.
distance from maybe some major axis of the orbit of the Earth subtends an angle of 1 degree of 1 second.
Yes, of 1 second. So what you said is right, but I had not told you major axis, etc. Right? So I had told you what? Major axis of what? Of the Earth's orbit around Sun. Okay. So you are saying major and minor, assuming that Earth is, since Earth has an elliptical orbit, so this is Earth and this is Sun, right? So ellipse, like what's the difference between ellipse and center? Ellipse has 2 centers, right? 2 focus we say. So when you make it a circle, these 2 focuses will merge into 1. So circle is a special case of ellipse. Okay? So you'll study that in higher standards. So basically, what is the major and minor axis? When you do like this, so ellipse ka jo bigger part of the radius is major axis and smaller is called minor axis, which is nothing but the average radius, nearly the average radius of the Earth. Okay, so this I said it will be 1 astronomical unit. 1 astronomical unit. Okay, so you are assuming Sun to be here. So more appropriate would be the average distance between Sun and Earth is 1 astronomical unit. Okay, then what is 1 parsec? 1 parsec is the distance. Let's say this is the distance where this line forms an angle of 1 second. Okay, so is this angle 1 second? Is it 1 second? No, this is nearly 30 degree, 30 or 40 degree.
1 second is really small.
1 second is 1 degree ka 3600th part, which is really small. So now what do you see? So suppose you increase the distance.
So if we draw 1 second, it would be just like a straight line, right?
Almost a
look
straight
like a
line.
straight
Yes, almost a straight line. Now see, is the angle reducing when you are going away? Is the angle reducing?
Yes.
Correct? So as you keep on going, the angle is reducing. So distance, that distance, so this will be the distance, or it will be almost a straight line because this will be then negligible, right? What will be negligible? 1 astronomical unit, which itself is a very large distance. How much is that? What is the order? 10 raised to 10 raised to 12 kilometers. It is almost of the order of 10 raised to 15 meter. 10 raised to 15 meter. It is that large a distance. But that itself, when it becomes a 1 second angle, So this will be almost negligible from when we see this distance from there. Got it? So then this distance is called 1 parsec.
So in all of this, what is the role of semi-major arcs?
Just the distance. So what is this distance? So you imagine it like this. So if you have a circle, right?
Yes.
Now the 2 points on the circle, this is right now looking like a curved line.
Yes.
Okay? But now, if there could be so many circles passing through this line, right? Now you make a bigger circle. Okay? Further bigger circle. So what is the center of this circle? Second one. Okay? So basically the idea to tell you about parsec is, and for this circle the center is almost here. So this line can be approximated as a straight line as the circumference of the circle increases. Then the radius of the biggest circle, which is making 1 second, right? That radius is 1 parsec then. So even the Earth's surface appear to you like a horizontal, but is it a horizontal? In a small distance it looks horizontal, but if you look at overall Earth, it is spherical. So you can assume this to be a straight line. What is a straight line? Distance between Earth and Sun. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes.
So this measuring parsec is used to measure the distance between planets and Earth.
Yes, all the distances in the between heavenly bodies, stars. Okay, so you can't express that in meter. That will be really very large number. So you just say multiples of parsecs, right? So all those things. So anyway, I just gave you the logic because it is slightly difficult to comprehend from what is given here. And what is used? How do you measure this distance? Can you measure it? No. So what we use is we use the relation angle is equal to arc by radius. Arc by radius. So here radius is parsec. So what is radius? Huh? Radius is equal to arc upon angle. And this in SI units. Okay, radius is arc upon angle. Now arc we know is 1 second. Arc is 1 parsec. Wait. Arc is 1 astronomical unit. So, okay. So when radius is equal to 1 parsec, at that time arc is 1 astronomical unit and angle will be 1 second. Now we can convert second into degree. I gave you relation in the last class.
1/300.
Yes. So this will be what? No, you have to put it in radians. Angle has to be in radians. Okay. So what is a degree in radian? 1 degree is equal to pi by 180. So one degree is, what is 1 degree? It is not given in the book. It is straight away mentioned. See, I told you, if you take a circle, so this is 0 degree, this is 90, this is 180, and this is 270, and then it again becomes 360, right? So 0 and 360 are similar. So what did I tell you? When you take angle in radians, this is pi by 2. This angle is pi. This is pi by 2 plus pi by 2, so this will be 3 pi by 2. And this angle will be 360 degree, which is 2 pi. Okay, this is the relation. So what is, so you take this angle, pi. So since 180 degree is equal to pi radian, therefore 1 degree is pi by 180 radian. In radian you have to write. So 1 second is this much radian. You got it? So, and 1 AU you have in meters, how much is that?
10 to the power 50.
Is the order. What is the significant digit? So this is 3.08, right? No, 1.496. 1.496. So this is the calculation given in the book. Divide by 1 second. So you take the reciprocal. So here it will be.
So it's 10 raised to 11.
That is kilo. No. 10 raised to.
You're taking this for meter, right?
10 raised to 11. Correct. 15 was light year. Yeah. This is 10 raised to 11. So you have 11, 15, and for parsec it is 16, right? So when you calculate the parsec, you'll get 10 raised to 16, 3.08. Okay. So what I was saying is, how much is 1 second now? So you write in the denominator pi, and in the numerator, when you take the reciprocal, no? Because 1 is in the denominator, so it will be pi by this. So this will be 180 into 3600. So I've given you the basis how book has directly given this formula. So how you arrived here through all this relation. Okay.
Sir, why 3600?
That's how that is what is second, no? Second is 1 by 3600th part of a degree. That is how we define a second. Okay. So now when you solve this, you will get 3.08 into 10 raised to 16 meter. These calculations are not expected to be asked for testing. This is just like some of you might be curious, ये क्या है? Okay, तो ये. ठीक है? All these things are also you just understand. जिसको लिखना है लिख लो. Otherwise, what is expected is you are expected to remember this value as a memory test for parsec and for astronomical unit and light year. So you just remember the value. What is 1 AU in meter? It's nicely given in this table. It's summarized here. Okay, all the length values that you need to remember is given in this table. Okay, just in this table. So you're not following, Selina? So just make a note. You're also not following, Selina? Yeah, because it is the first lecture, so you have to see the video of the first lecture. So then what do we do? How many of you did not attend first lecture? Only you? Okay, so you copy the notes, and then if you don't understand, you just come and ask me the next class. Yeah. Everybody else, are you following it?
Yes.
I had explained what is astronomical unit, what is light year, all these things are already explained. Now. So with this, we have completed the units of length.
Non-metric unit.
Both, everything. Likewise, we will cover unit for mass and unit for time. So, for you, what you need to do is just write down these three things: non-metric units and this calculation. This calculation is only for parsec. Okay. So what you do is, I will give you what is the value. 1 AU is 1.496. AU full form is astronomical unit. So this is 1.496 into 10 raised to 11 meter. This distance we call astronomical unit, and I told you what is it? Distance between Earth and Sun, average distance. What is 1 LY, 1 light year? LY is light year, okay? So distance traveled by light in 1 year, it is 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meter. And then 1 parsec is 3.08 into 10 raised to 16 meter. So which is the largest distance? Parsec.
Definition.
Yeah, you want the definition? Write down. 1 astronomical unit is distance.
Mean ratio.
Mean distance between Earth and Sun. Around the year, because Earth revolves around the year. Okay. Next is LY, is light year. You write the full form also. You have written already. Okay. So light year is the distance traveled by light in 1 year. Okay. So there are calculation how we came at this value. Distance is speed into time. What is speed of light? 3 into 10 raised to 8. And into 365 days. What is the time? 365 days it travels. So when light at such a high speed traveling for 365 days, whatever distance it covers is light year. Yes. So you convert 365 days into second. So 365 days into 24 into how many hours? 60 minutes into 60. So like that. So that value will give you this. Parsec I already calculated. So you can write down the definition for parsec. It is the distance at which 1 astronomical unit subtends subtends an angle of 1 second. It's written like this. What does this two markings mean? 1 second. Okay. So what have you written?
It is the distance at which 1 astronomical unit subtends an angle of 1 second.
Yes, subtend. This is what it is called. So this distance is subtending different angle at different distances. Okay. So it will subtend an angle of 1 second. So that is really very large. And this is the calculation. I explained the definition of, the relation between angle, arc and radius. You're going to learn these things in mathematics in detail. Shall we proceed now?
Yes.
So in the last class, we just defined various physical quantities. Okay, there are so many physical quantities in the universe, but broadly they are categorized into two types: fundamental quantities and derived quantities. So you are supposed to remember the fundamental quantities, which are only 7 plus 2. Okay, so that I explained what are those. Then we discuss their units. And which units we have to remember? The SI units. There are different system of units also. Now why unit? We need unit to measure physical quantities. Okay? How do we measure? By comparing the same type of physical quantities with their units. Okay? And the unit is always expressed as a number, and this is value and unit. So if this is length, the unit is also a fixed length. And you compare the distance or the length that you are measuring with the unit. So how many times of meter is the length that you are measuring? Okay, that's what we discussed. So likewise, we have covered all the units for length. Now we will proceed to cover units of mass. So like there are bigger and smaller units for mass, bigger and smaller units for length. Same is for mass also. So SI unit is kg, right? So bigger and smaller unit of mass you can express using prefixes. Okay? But we have to also know what mass is 1 kg, right? So what is 1 kg? Because you have to agree for the unit of which length you call as 1 meter. So we discussed that in the last class. What is 1 meter length? Marking
When you have an alloy of
platinum and iridium.
90% platinum, 10% iridium, and you heat it to.
No, it's just make it simple. You have a platinum iridium rod. So who decide about the unit? It's a committee. What is its name? Bureau of Weights and Measures. There is a committee which decides what length is 1 meter or what mass is 1 kg or what time duration is 1 second. Okay. So the conference happened at Paris at some year. That's not significant. So what is 1 meter? The marking on the platinum iridium rod. Okay, there is a marking done. Let's say this is the rod. These two marking, whatever is the length between that was called as 1 meter. Okay, and the whole world is following that. Likewise for mass, so mass of a platinum iridium cylinder, platinum iridium cylinder, again agreed by those same set of people, right? So it is written in a book. In 1889, 1 kilogram was defined as the mass of a cylindrical piece of platinum iridium alloy. Iridium has single R. Okay, iridium alloy kept at International Bureau of Weights and Measures at Sèvres near Paris. Okay, वो जो cylinder का mass है, that is taken as 1 kg. And then replicas of that mass is made and sent to all the countries. So then each country has its own Bureau of Weights and Measures. Okay, like in India we have National Physical Laboratory, which maintains the weights and measures for our country, which is in agreement with weights and measures at international levels. So there is standardization throughout the globe. Is that clear? So this was agreed in when? 1889. Okay, so I'm just writing it like this because the whole thing is given here. Okay, so you can read it from the book. I'm just explaining it, right? But now it is defined using a very different standard on the Planck's constant, etc. So don't break your head on that. You'll not understand it.
Planck length.
Planck's constant, not length.
So Planck length and constant are same.
Plant level is very small.
I don't know about
Constant is
it.
also very small.
Planck's constant I am aware of, but I have not heard Planck length. Okay, so Planck's constant के बारे में वो तुम 12th में पढ़ने वाला हो अभी नहीं या और आगे शायद chemistry में बता सकते हैं. They will just tell you the way they have told you here. ठीक है. So don't worry about it. So for you this definition is enough, right? Now subunits of a kilogram. So what are the subunits? Gram, milligram, right? So what is a gram?
1 by 1000.
Yes, it is 1 by 1000,
10 to the power minus
which is 1 by 10 to the power 3, which is 10 to the power minus 3 kilograms. So when you make 1000 parts of a kilogram, one part is 1 gram. Okay, 1000 part of a kilogram is 1 gram. Likewise, you have milligram. So what is 1 milligram?
There is 1 million parts.
So 1 milli is
10 raised to negative 6.
1 milli is 10 raised to minus 3 and 1 gram itself is 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, so how much is this? 10 raised to minus 6 kilograms. So you should be able to do these conversions. Any subunit should be convertible to the main unit of mass, which is kilogram. Likewise, we converted all the lengths in meter. So you should know the way to convert it. Okay. Likewise, there is a table given for all the prefixes. There is a table. You have deci, centi, milli, micro, right up to femto, atto, jepto, yotto. So what changes is just the power. You have all that, right? Yeah. So all the information that Selena has, your book also carries it. Very few things. Okay. So most important things are common, right? Selena has few things extra, which is not required. No, it's not like that. But most of the questions come from Selena. Most school do the testing from Selena. It's better that you are familiar with it. Okay? Easy maybe to grasp also. Yeah? Same with this, it's not that hard. Just the first chapter is little abstract, but later on it becomes very simple, free-flowing. Okay, so don't worry. All right. So I told you some units of mass, milligram. Then you have, let us say, multiple units of kilogram. Multiple units में क्या है? 1 quintal. Now what is a quintal? It is 100 kilogram. Now this is a bigger unit. So just like for length, this you can say smaller units. Okay, this is a bigger unit now. Do you have even bigger unit for mass? Ton, yes. So how much is a ton? 1000 kg.
times.
It is 1000 kg. Okay, so it is called ton or metric ton. Okay. Now non-metric unit of mass. So non-metric, matlab this is metric system, right? MKS. So there will be a different name now. Non-metric with a standard name will not be there. So like, where are we using non-metric unit? For measuring the mass of atom. Now what is the mass of atom? How do you measure mass of atom? Yes. Mass of atom is measured in?
Atomic mass unit AMU.
It is written as AMU, stands for atomic mass unit. So is it written in kg? No. So we should know what is the value in kg for this. So it is sometimes referred to as atomic mass unit or just U. So 1 AMU is equal to, in your book, if it is not given, don't write because you don't know. Sometimes teacher may be funny. Book mein nahi diya to bolega hai nahi. So, but it is also written like 1U. And how much is this? 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. Okay, this is what it is. So, mass of atom is given as?
Sir, this is measured in accordance to carbon 12 atom.
Yes. So what is 1 AMU? 1 AMU is actually
1 by 12 of many.
yes 1/12 of
Carbon 12.
mass of one C12 atom. Just one carbon atom of one C12 atom. Because what is the mass of carbon? 12U. 12U.
Sir, 12 बाद में आता है, after C.
Different book write differently. कभी ऐसे भी देखो, ऐसे भी लिख देते हैं, ऐसे भी लिखते हैं, या फिर ऐसे भी लिखते हैं. This is the nucleus. Nucleus is represented like this. Z, the atomic number and mass number. Got it? So C12 atom like this. So it doesn't matter. I mean how you are following it. या वर्ड्स में लिखोगे तो कार्बन 12 जैसे बुक में लिखा हुआ है कार्बन 12 एटम इट मींस सेम ओके व्हाई व्हाट डज इट मीन 12
The mass
means what
the number of protons plus neutrons.
correct very good protons plus neutrons and what is 6
Atomic number.
Z is atomic number and this is mass number. So what is this?
Number of protons.
Yes, which is equal to number of electrons. Yeah. But sometimes if the
Isotopes.
that is different, then the mass number will change.
Some are
Like hydrogen has 3 isotopes.
Right.
What are they?
Deuterium,
Tritium,
And
protium.
single is protium. Protium, deuterium and tritium. Okay, so these are all isotope. So what is common in isotope? The atomic number is same. The mass number is different. Okay.
Electrons are
So
same.
Hang on.
Electrons are ion.
Hang on. Wait for the time for it to be studied. Okay. Right now, let's not jumble it up. So what we are doing is we defined what is AMU. How AMU is defined is why we are taking carbon only, because carbon is the most abundant substance. That's why we have settled for carbon. We have a lot of carbon in us, right? We are a hydrocarbon thing. We are made up of carbon and hydrogen majorly.
Most abundant on Earth.
Yes. So that's why we have taken carbon. Okay. So that's what it is. And what is the mass of carbon atom? 12 U. And that's why you have taken 1 divided by 12. That is 1 U. Okay. All right. So, and another non-metric unit is solar mass. One is atomic mass unit, then solar mass. How much is that?
Mass of
Mass of the sun.
Yes. How much is that? It is of the order of 10 raised to 30 kg. So very big mass. So we represent the mass of the heavenly bodies in terms of solar mass. Okay. So 1 solar mass, 2 solar mass, but ultimately everything has to be converted into kilogram.
How do they find the mass of the sun?
So they have different techniques. Gravitational method. Gravitational force.
The more the mass, the more the attraction.
That's next chapter, right? Next to next chapter, I think. So we'll cover there. Okay. So we'll cover when the time arrives, not now. Okay. So these calculations are, so they are calculated. You can't measure it, right? So mathematically they are found. It is called indirect method, right? So we'll calculate the mass of the sun indirectly. Any questions here? So all the units of mass are summarized in this table. So you try to memorize this. Okay. So in the book, so much of description, but tables are, so my page might be different. So I am following a book printed in different years. So Selina, the page number changes every year. Okay. So with this we have completed units of mass. Now let us discuss the unit of time. Any questions on unit of mass? So you're finding it pretty similar. Length you might have found it little lengthy because you're reading it for the first time. Now things will be repetitive. Same thing we are going to do for time. In your schools, is it taught?
Yeah, started.
Just started.
Yeah.
So unless teacher asks question, don't answer out of turn. And don't try to compete with teacher, okay? Now that you know, so be humble, right? Because they might not explain you to these details. Yeah? So just stay calm. Because some students get overexcited. If they know, they just, stop the flow of the teacher in the school. Don't do that. Huh? So be responsible, huh? All right. No, this is not to any particular. Unless the teacher asks you question, don't answer. And don't speak out of turn. Wait for your turn. Huh? These two things will take you places. Okay. Units of time. Otherwise, teacher might, okay, you come, you teach. I'll sit down. That also may happen. Huh? You'll make job of teacher easier. Don't do that. Okay. Units of time. So what is the unit of time? Second. Unit of time is second. And it is written in small letters. Smallest. So what are the bigger units of time and smaller unit of time? Same prefixes. Millisecond will be 10 raised to minus 3 seconds.
How is second derived? Like how kg is derived from the.
Yes, I'm coming to it. Hang on. I'm coming. So what is 1 second? Good. So what is 1 second? What duration is 1 second? In old days, we said whatever is the duration for mean solar day. Okay? So mean solar day. whatever is the time taken by the earth to rotate on its axis. So generally it is 24 hours, right? So it is 24 hours. When you divide this by 86,400, 86,400th part of 24 hours is 1 second.
How are they so accurate? 86,400.
So now they are telling you this, okay? They are so accurate. See, can I not say 24 hours ka half is 12 hours? Can I say this? So I can say day is 12 hours and night is 12 hours. Then that 12 hours they divided again in 12 by 12. So 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. You can come by comparison, right? Now you split 1 hour because 1 hour is also for few activities very long duration. Like this class is 1 hour. Okay. So we say okay, 1 hour is very big. So let's slice it further in 60 part. So 60th part of an hour was called minute. Now for certain activities, 1 minute also might be a very long duration. Like lightning takes place. Does it take place continuously for a minute? It is a fraction of a minute, right? So to relate to the events, what is the duration of the event? We are slicing the time unit. Okay. Now we started teaching you like your question for apple. We said A for apple. Why this symbol only for apple?
Starting letter.
Why we did not call B for apple? Why we call it B? We could have called it A for apple. This also, no? Like why this symbol only 1? Why this symbol only 2? Earlier,
Two could be one.
now this is the adopted symbol, right? Over the time. Earlier it may not have been same. See, earlier it was like this. In Roman you had 1, and for 2 you had this, for 3 you had this. This was cumbersome. So this is what we have adopted. Everything by human, okay? When we are learning things, we do it as per our convenience. So, but we need some reference, some event which repeats itself day after day. So, sunrise and sunset, right? So, the time duration between 2 sunrises, okay? Time duration between 2 sunrises is 1 mean solar day, and this is taken as 24 hours. It was taken as 24 hours. We could have called it 100 hours. You understand? So this is now adopted and we are following it. That's what it is. Now, why mean solar day? Around the year, the day length is small or big. So that's why we take the mean. Okay? So, aisa sab hai. This is a very fundamental chapter and this is the entire physics till 12th. That whole thing is given in the first chapter. It's all about standards. So we are not going very deep. We'll just understand and go ahead. Okay. So this was followed. So ये समझ में आ गया ना? What is 1 second? So it is 24 hours divided by. So 24 hours divided by 86,400. So 24 hours is 12. 24 into each hour has 3,600. So if you multiply, you get 86,400, which will give you 1 second. Isn't it? So when you work backwards, you get 1 second. Each hour is 3,600 seconds. So यही आ जाएगा. Okay. But now we measure time differently because how do we choose units? Choice of units. There are 4 things that we keep in mind.
Reproducible. Reproducible.
So first is it should be convenient to use.
Yes.
Okay. Second
There
is
should be no doubt.
there should be no ambiguity or doubt.
The time should not
Change with space and time, right? So यहाँ पे change हो रहा है. So then this selection of unit is not very reliable. Therefore, we have to select something which does not change or more reliable. So what does not change is this, the atomic clock. Okay. Now the time standard is based on the atomic clock. And what in the atomic clock? Now to understand this, you have to have some basis. वो सब basis तुम्हारे पास है नहीं. वो भी higher standard में बताएंगे. अब देखो, you read this statement. Are you able to understand it? 1 second is, everybody listen to me. 1 second is the time interval of 9192631770 vibrations of a radiation corresponding to the transition between two unperturbed ground state hyperfine levels of the cesium 133 atom.
Sir, why? मतलब cesium 133 तो बहुत hard है, पहले लेना ही.
क्यों hard है?
Sir, जैसे आप periodic table बना रहे हैं.
So the thing is, all this knowledge is being shared with you. Somebody has already studied it and presenting his knowledge to you. So there are scientists, not one, so many must have worked. This knowledge that you are studying has been acquired over a period of centuries, multiple centuries. All that finding is presented to you in 1 hour class. You understand? So somebody has already, lot of scientists have worked on it. So they know the nature of cesium, because what is the criteria for selection of unit? It should be reliable. So they settled, everybody settled and agreed for cesium. Okay, ऐसा है. अब इसमें जो लिखा है वो समझने के लिए वो तुम्हारे स्कोप में है नहीं एक्चुअली. Now what is this number? This number is vibration of radiation. देखो अभी क्या होता है, तुम हायर क्लास में समझोगे. If you have atom, do you know the structure of atom?
Yes,
sir.
Okay. So you have nucleus, ठीक है? So nucleus में क्या होता है? Proton and neutron. So let's say the helium atom. So how many protons in helium atom? Two.
And two
Neutrons. So P and N. Okay. What about electrons? Two electrons. देखो, in a stable state, both helium electrons will be in the lowest orbit. ठीक है? Lowest orbit सबको समझ में आता है? So what are the orbits named as? K, L, M. ठीक है? This is when the atom is stable. Now you give some energy to it. What will happen?
The electrons will move to the higher.
It will move to the higher energy level.
because they will absorb the energy.
Yes. So whatever energy. So every atom is absorbing energy.
Yes.
Sunlight तो है ना सबके लिए. So atom will get excited. It's called excited state. Okay. So like you have K and L. Between K and L also you have hyperfine energy levels. और छोटे छोटे रहते. समझ आया? तो अब देखो ये समझ आएगा. अभी इसमें क्या हो रहा है? अच्छा, another property of, now understand excitation and de-excitation. Once the energy was absorbed, it went into excited state. It will not remain in that state forever, right? It will come back, because always substances will look for their equilibrium state. Like if I am angry, I cannot remain angry forever. Angry is excited state. You got excited, but you can't remain excited forever because you are consuming more energy. So basically, you will calm down after a while. You are angry on somebody, after a while, leave him alone, calm down. Likewise, every substance will calm down to its stable state. So whatever energy was absorbed, that energy will be re-radiated. Whatever energy was absorbed, it will be re-radiated. Like if you have a cup of tea, how you made it? By heating it, you gave energy. Leave it, the heat will be radiated out. Again, it will go back to room temperature. Understood? So this is a normal thing. This keeps on happening. So likewise, when this cesium atom sends these many vibrations out, that vibration, whatever duration these many vibrations take to come out, is called 1 second. Now you get it. So if the radiation comes out, how the radiation comes out? It comes out in the form of electromagnetic waves. Okay. Now what is one wave? What is it called? Crest. Crest. Peak. This is peak and this is valley. So one peak and valley makes one wave. Wavelength is of one wave. So how many waves you are seeing here?
9,000.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 waves. तो cesium atom से जब इतना waves बाहर आएगा, बहुत fast निकलता है, वो duration को बोलते हैं 1 second. समझ आया? ये तो क्लास में सबको समझा सकते हो, लेकिन उसकी जरूरत नहीं है फिलहाल. ये कोई पूछेगा नहीं तुमसे एग्जाम में, नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड. 12th वालों को भी एक्चुअली 11th में फिर से है ये, लेकिन उनको भी ये पूछा नहीं जाता है. So not supposed to be tested on this, but understand.
But then how did a scientist calculate that 9 billion?
Baba, for that you have to do PhD. It cannot be explained in 9th standard. So you need experimental lab, lot of other knowledge discussion. Yeah, what did I tell you? This is a acquired knowledge being presented. हाँ?
हाँ सर, वो सारे सालों का एक बुक पे नाम.
हाँ, तो तुमको सारे सालों का कैसे बताओगे? It will take a long explanation, and you have to understand it from those people only. They are just telling us. अभी जैसे traffic rules are there, you have to only follow. हमने बनाया तो नहीं ना rule, तो ये कुछ वैसा है, ठीक है? So units and measurements में you have to stick to these standards. That's it. Okay? Any more discussion on this? Having understood what is second, now smaller units of second and bigger unit of second. अब smaller में क्या आ जाएगा? Nano, all that. So it is repeating only, right? So उसमें क्या आ जाएगा? Prefix आ जाएगा, है ना?
What is the shake?
Shake is 10 raised to minus 8. अब मैंने भी तुम्हारे इस सेलिंग बुक में ही देखा है, मैंने आज तक कभी शेक यूज कहीं भी होते हुए नहीं देखा.
सर आपने पार्सेक को देखा नहीं सर?
हाँ, वो तो होता है. यूनिवर्स एस्ट्रोनॉमी में यूज होगा ना?
सर मैंने बस लाइट ईयर्स और लाइट डेज.
नहीं, मतलब we also got introduced, but scientists will use it. All the astronomy. जो stars का जो light आ रहा है, there are so many stars.
एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल यूनिट बहुत छोटा है. यूनिवर्स को अगर कंपेयर करें
बहुत
तो
छोटा है. आपस में ही बहुत छोटा है.
पार्सेक भी बहुत छोटा.
लाइट ईयर भी बहुत
एक्चुअली देखा जाए तो
छोटा ही है.
जो पूरा अर्थ है, when you watch earth, it's just a dot. But here कितना हल्ला है.
वॉयेजर ने वो पेल भी
So and then we attach so much ego to ourselves. मैं बहुत बड़ा हूँ, अरे कोई औकात ही नहीं है. यूनिवर्स में we are nothing. लेकिन झगड़ा देखो, हर जगह झगड़ा हो. The bombing taking place between Ukraine and Russia. किसी को कुछ दिख रहा होगा क्या स्पेस में? नहीं दिख रहा है ना?
कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा.
वैसे ही like universe inside our body is the same universe. So जितना अंदर जाओगे उसमें भी यूनिवर्स है, बाहर जाओ वो भी यूनिवर्स है. So there is no limit. Okay? So decide your limit, मतलब क्या पढ़ना है तुमको. There is no limit to anything. All right. So what are the bigger units of time now? Now there are so many. You have minute, है ना? Hour, day, lunar month, then month. So let us discuss this. How much more time we have today?
10 more minutes.
Okay, so we'll be able to complete this chapter, this unit. So it is interesting now, right? If you understand, it becomes very interesting. If you don't, then it becomes a headache, especially that parsec calculation. Right? So you have an hour. Hour से पहले क्या था? Minute. Then you have hour. Then you have day. These three things you know. Then you have lunar month. Any idea what is lunar month?
So the cycle of
Moon.
the moon, yeah.
Yes. Lunar, wherever you come across lunar, it has got something to do with moon. Phases of moon, right? So moon has how many phases?
Around 8.
8 or 15?
14.
Fortnight बोलते हैं ना?
हाँ 14 fortnight.
14 होता है actually. है ना? Each fortnight जो lunar वाला है वो 14 होता है. तो lunar month कितने दिन का आता है? It's roughly 28 days.
Twice of
कितना दिया है?
cycle.
29.5. ओके. और जो इंग्लिश मंथ है वो कितना है? नियरली 30 मंथ
30
है.
और 30.
किसी मंथ में 30 होता है, किसी में 31, लेकिन हम क्या बोलते हैं? 30. Now this is funny. अब ऐसे ही चल रहा है. So this हाँ. तो होता क्या है कि ये सब गड़बड़ी की वजह से हमारे को एक कॉन्सेप्ट है लीप ईयर का. One second, let me write it down here. Then you have leap year. ठीक है. Then you have decade. Decade के बाद क्या है? Century. Then millennium. This is just vocabulary building.
Sir, what about week?
Millennium. हाँ?
Week.
वीक के 7 days. वो दिया नहीं है इसमें. वीक दिया है क्या? नहीं दिया.
Yes.
So lunar month में 29.5 days होते हैं. And Hindus and Muslims we follow this. And Muslims. Our traditional calendars are based on phases of moon. Okay. So Hindu calendar का क्या नाम है? Vikram Samvat and Shak Samvat. So these are two kings. Name of the king विक्रमादित्य सुना है ना?
Yes.
वैसे ही शाक वंश.
Empire.
तो हाँ, तो इन लोग के टाइम पे जो कैलेंडर चलते थे, तो दो टाइप के कैलेंडर वो अभी भी है. अगर तुम्हारे घर में काल निर्णय है,
Yes, sir.
तो जो प्रिंटेड है वो क्या है? ग्रेगोरियन. इंग्लिश वाला क्या है? ग्रेगोरियन कैलेंडर. ठीक है. अभी since these guys ruled the world, they were in power, तो वो impose कर दिया है. Actually, our calendar is better. It's bit of controversial topic, but it's a dominance. Since they ruled the world, they imposed their calendar and they went through many changes in that. Because they were finding so many consistencies. तो अलग-अलग time पे वो बस एक addendum डाल के add करते हैं. ठीक है. But now it's going back to the new education policy. Now Indian sciences are also being incorporated. You have passed that thing, so maybe you will not come across, but the new generation of students will go through Indian sciences also, because Indian knowledge system is being reincorporated in our academic syllabus. Okay? तो ये हो रहा है. But anyway, so because we don't understand it, we believe that they are superior. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. ठीक है. Their knowledge is their knowledge, our knowledge is our, and we have good justification and explanation for why it has this. ठीक है. All right. And totally experiential observational science. All right. Now, but we will still be sticking to Gregorian because पूरा सब कुछ उसी पे है. Okay. So year में कितना days आ जाता है? In a year, you have 365 days and 6 hours, which is 0.25.
of a day.
Which is 0.25. इतना होता है. ठीक है. But we call in a year 365 days. So in 4 years, 1 day extra. That becomes the basis for leap year. ठीक है ना? Because it is only 6 hours, we don't call it a year. वो accumulate होके 24 hours जब बन जाता है. So in a leap year, we will have 366 days. Understood? Because of that extra 1/4 day. Then decade is basically 10 years. Century is 100 years. Millennium is 1000 years. Okay? These are different units of times. Okay? And everything can be related back to second. Okay? They are वो सब calculation से आ जाएगा second से. ठीक है. So with this we have completed unit 1, and then we have a table which gives examples of derived units which we have already done. So what is the first quantity? We are saying area. Area is length into length, and length unit is meter. Meter into meter meters. So derived. This is the difference between fundamental and derived. Fundamental are only 7 quantities.
So, can you turn the temperature a bit more?
I don't have the remote.
The other class.
So now we are almost reaching end. So bear with me. You are wearing a hoodie. That too. 3 more minutes.
Sir, it's too cold.
Switch it off. Go get this thing remote. Call Sharat Bhaiya. Okay. So derived units you will now understand.
Yes,
Because it has all the units that we have already discussed.
sir.
Some units are special, like you look at force. What is force? Acceleration. And use the fundamental units to arrive the unit kg meter per second square, right? This is called as Newton. The whole kg meter per second square is called as Newton. In the honor of the scientist Newton. ठीक है? Isaac Newton ये तो लेकिन I नहीं लिखते, N लिखते हैं. ठीक है ना? And all the capital letters, it's whenever the unit is named after,
So,
yes, switch it off or Madam in the middle of a lecture, I'll call you. Yeah. Okay, so now shall we take a numerical? Then there are certain guidelines for how to write the units and all. All the units, if you're writing the full form in smaller case.
but if it's named after some
Scientist, then capital letter.
Initial.
Only the first letter of the initial should be capital. और न्यूटन के केस में उसका न्यूटन इनिशियल है कि सरने में क्या है मालूम नहीं. आइजैक क्या है और न्यूटन क्या है गॉड नोस. So whatever is in the fashion, okay. Letter अगर name का है तो capital write. Then if you have like meter per second square, तो उसमें meter भी है per second square भी है. तो उन दोनों के बीच में space रहेगा. That's how to write. So you'll understand this plain English. Okay. These are guidelines for writing units. Now quickly do a numerical. Okay. So in the next class. So there are 7 numericals in Selena. Very simple numericals. You try it out, okay, and we'll do numericals in the next class. All right. So how are you feeling now? I mean, so you've not missed much. You just missed how many types of quantities, fundamental and derived. वो पढ़ोगे तो तुम्हें समझ आ जाएगा. Else you ask me in the next class. Since we discussed all that, otherwise we would have finished the numericals today. Okay?
Sir, I had a question. What is the most abundant element of us?
What is the
Most abundant?
carbon? Hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon.
Thank you, sir.
What is the body like?
वही ना उसने आपके बंदे
नहीं स्कूल छोड़ दिया.
छोड़ दिया
हाँ छोड़ दिया. वो कोई तो विद्यालय में जाता है. हाँ विद्यालय में. मैं दिखाती हूँ. मेरा फोन चालू है.
उसका बात ही नहीं उसका लिखा जी का
हाँ रोज सीखते हैं
उधार का स्मार्ट
भाई
अपन आप क्या
अभी
अभी